Greetings, salutations, and words of goodwill. This is another video in my series on early Christian heresies. It's also the last of 4 videos in the series which are being spliced out of an earlier lecture that I gave for a class that I was teaching, and therefore the audio on it's going to be a little bit different. It's on the heresy known as Docetism. So anyway, hope you enjoy.
Docetism comes from a word called dokesis in Greek, which means appearance or semblance. So if it means semblance is like the act of seeming to be something, right? And so they believed that Jesus' humanity just seemed real. It wasn't really real. He just appeared as a human, but he wasn't actually a human. Basically the idea there is that
humanity is, pathetic.
God is awesome, right? And so therefore, God would never become a human. And plus, the whole hypostatic union thing is really a mind-blowing, it doesn't really make any sense. If I'm perfectly honest, being two things at one time without being a mix of them, what? Right? And so they just throw out that the idea of the incarnation as a proper real thing because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? And so they just say that he looked like a human so that he could come here and save us, right, and talk to us, etc. But he wasn't actually a human. And on the face of it, you might see why that's an appealing ideology, because it gets rid of this whole God-man thing, which is confusing. The biggest problem with it is that if Jesus' humanity was an illusion, then his crucifixion was also an illusion. And it's the crucifixion that saves us. So if his humanity is an illusion, then our salvation is also an illusion. And you don't want your salvation to be an illusion if you're going to be a Christian. Otherwise, what's the point? So Docetism, in the end of the day, is not worth following. Now, you can sort of forgive the people because no one had thought through the incarnation before, right? It's pretty easy in the light of an extra 1,800 or so years of Christian theology to say, obviously Docetism is false, but these are the first guys to think it through, right? And so you got to kind of, I imagine, hopefully at least, that God was relatively merciful on them, so we should be too, right? We should certainly be, because we have the advantage of living after them and having them already thought through these things.
So that's Docetism. The next heresy we're going to be covering is Arianism, so it ought to be a little bit more involved. And like I said, this is the last one I'm splicing out of the old lecture, so from now on it's new content. So thanks for watching, and like always, subscribe, like, comment, and do whatever else it is you do. Thanks.